Hello, my friends, and welcome back. Thank you very much for being with me again today. We go to the Netherlands, where hope the newly, I hope he's going to be appointed as the Prime Minister of the Netherlands, Geert Wilders. He won the majority in their parliament, but so his party won. He has to put together a coalition government, which is always garbage, because that means you have to negotiate. So if I say I like color white and the other guys I make the coalition likes color, I say brown, it's going to be something in between. Neither white nor brown. It's going to be, I don't know, some yellow. I'm just exaggerating. Something like that, some tan. Let's say tan. So something tan. I don't like tan. He's not liking tan, but we are in charge. That's why I don't want to do that, but work. At least you are in power and you do your little things on your little departments that you negotiate. This is your department, you fuck it up. This is my department, I make it shine. So what happened here? We have this article from an unknown media, but it comes actually from Fox News, and it's right here, but I don't want to use it from Fox News, because these guys, I don't like them. I don't like the way the whatever, when I scroll down and scroll up, it's just like a tard. Now, prospective Dutch Prime Minister Geert Wilders, right here. Dutch firebrand Geert Wilders threatens to revoke slavery apology as coalition talks drag. Well, I always say this. If I personally committed something, I should be the only one who decides if I want to apologize for that or not. I don't allow my children, my parents, my wife, my friends to apologize in my name, because I might like what I did, wrong or right. Maybe I consider it was right to do certain things. I'm not talking about that subject. In general, as a principle, I might still like it. Idiots come along and say, oh, what Emil did was wrong. Well, why don't you ask Emil? Hey, Emil, what do you think? We should apologize? Fuck no. Okay, go back. But they're not going to do that. They're going to apologize in your name. I don't want any apologies in my name, as I don't apologize in your name, because that means you admit guilt. And maybe these guys apologize in the name of, they don't admit guilt. Did you ask them? I think that's garbage. But anyway, he says that he will revoke slavery apology. So this apology is like staying over there like a stigma. If that's so, I don't like that. I will tell you why. If I apologize for something, you either take it or leave it. That is, if you take it, right? If you say, yeah, I take it, I accept that, it's over. You're not going to come the next day and say, yeah, based on your apology yesterday, you admitted guilt, you owe me something. Fuck off. I take my apology back, I kick you in the butt, and fuck off. It's over or not over. Yes, I admit, if I want to admit my guilt, and you have to forget that and forgive. If not, I'm not going to apologize. Fuck you. Unless it makes me feel better about that. And that means you made a mistake and you're about to make another one. Anyway, that's me. It's more detailed than that. It's more nuanced than that. I just make it like black and white. It's obviously gray at times. So he says that he threatens to revoke slavery apology. Who gave the apology? The previous leaders? In the name of what? Of people that did it? Or the nation? Nation is not guilty of anything. What are you talking about? The stigma? Fuck off with that one. If that means that if one of my ancestors did something bad, that means my name is stained? No. No, because your family was never pure, or his family was never pure. That means we all have a stigma, unless you're perfect. And you're not. Unless you are a Jesus. Anyway, let's go. Prospective Dutch Prime Minister Geert Wilders has threatened to restrict the country's apology for the country's apology for slavery. Okay, as he continues haggling with various parties to form a coalition government, garbage. The apologies for the history of slavery and the police actions as made by the king will be withdrawn, Wilders had warned in his election manifesto, according to the Times newspaper of Britain. Wilders, the leader of the far-right Freedom Party, if he jumps through all the hoops these guys want him to jump, they're gonna take away that far-right from his name. They're going to say the Prime Minister of the Netherlands. But he's not, therefore he's a strong man, maybe Nazi here and there, fascist, far-right, extremist, whatever they want to call him. Shock political, beep, beep, beep. Okay. So, Wilder indicated he would drop some of his more extreme anti-Muslim policy proposal to reach a compromise and cooperate with the other parties after one showed any willingness to outright work with PW, according to the Guardian. So what is he going to do? He's going to, instead of having it white, he's going to have it tan. And the other ones, instead of having it brown, they're going to have it tan. Now that's democracy for you. This is coalition governments, and this is negotiations. And everybody's happy about negotiation. Anyway, so this is, my friends. What do you think? What do you think? So the same, that was done by people ahead of him, correct? I don't know if I say who that person did it, but let me see if I see it on, it's the same thing on these guys. No, the same thing on, obviously from there. Oh, right here. Fucking weasels. This imbecile. Not only. What's over there? Rutte and King Wilhelm Alexander issued an apology for, and I'm quoting, crime against humanity, holy fuck, of slavery and colonialism last year. But Wilders blasted the apologies during his campaign as nonsense excuse about the distant past, and I'm quoting, a left-wing hatred of the country's history. Crimes against humanity? You gotta cough up some money, my friends. That's the whole thing. Oh my god. So this is, yeah. All right, my friends, what do you think? Oh, however, Wilders has already dropped his plans to shutter mosques and ban the Quran as he seeks to solidify support. The plan to revoke the Dutch slavery apology remains popular among his supporters, as the apology was not fully supported before its adoption. Well, what do you want? Some people think that they can speak in other people's name when it's not their business. You can't do that. That's like the Germans. The Germans are not guilty of anything. Some people in the past were guilty of something. Go and take care of them, not of me. I'm not guilty of anything. But the Germans cannot really fight that. They're weasels. Their balls were snipped in 1945. So they're not going to say, I don't have any guilt. Fuck off. I'm not going to say that. Why? Because they are under occupation. Remember who helped them write their constitution without the right to bear arms somehow, or the freedom of speech or something. And not only that, okay, not only that, there are certain words that are illegal in Germany. Illegal, you go to prison if you utter, or if you say, you know what, I think this is yellow, go to prison. You can't say use, have to, I say, I have to say this is white. This is white. No, it's yellow. You go to prison. You cannot challenge some historical truth. Remember, history is a dynamic science, social science. We are taught in history classes. It's not a dead science. It's a alive, silent science. Why? Because you always find more information, and you add and you complete. Only in one instance you can't do that. Unless you find only in the one direction, you don't find in another direction. Ask the Germans if they know what I'm talking about. And that's freedom of speech. When I say the free world, Germany is not living in a free world whatsoever. I mean, really? First, you're under American occupation. Let's start with that one. And then you have all this kind of, don't say that because of the past. Show me a clean country besides Israel. Oh, fuck, man. Thank you very much for being with me again today. Well, it's bad to have diluted. Like you want a, I don't know, you want some Guinness beer, and they put some Corona in it. You know, I want a Guinness. When I want a Corona, I want a Corona. When I want a Guinness, I want a Guinness. You know? But no, you're going to put both of them and drink it. This is what Wilders has to do right now. Dilute his convictions, but that's what happens in a, in a free society. In a totalitarian society, you have 80% approval rating. Here you have, I don't know, 30% or so, like Biden. Putin has. It's all right, my friends. I think that democracy, and I wrote a book about, and I also spoke about democracy in my book. It's published on Amazon. It's just you can't. I mean, you can't. I don't think it's beneficial to allow people that don't know anything about the subject to vote. They can vote, but obviously they will nullify some people who know what they're talking about. I would make, as I indicated in my room, in my book, as I stated, I made the argument that they should go and we should start from zero, or let's say from a quarter of a vote. So we have the right to vote, but our vote has a quarter of a vote, and you have tests of knowledge. And after you pass the test, you get half of a vote, and you pass another test, more difficult, with information, with knowledge about the system, about the world, about history. Then you get, I don't know, 3/4 of the vote. And when you pass the final test, you have a full vote. I mean, you have to show, how should I put it, that you mastered, you understand what's going on around you. Go and ask some people how many people are in the Senate, in the U.S. Senate. Ask on the street, how is what's the, I don't know, the, how should I put it, what is the presidency doing, what is the, how do you call it, the courts are doing, what is the Senate doing, what is the House doing, what are their, I'm talking about Supreme Court. What is the government doing? How is the check and balance? How does that work? Just the basics, and then you get a quarter of a vote, or at least you get more, and then you get half of a vote, and so on. You can't have an uneducated. I'm not talking about educated with a college degree. For me, that's not education. This is education, not a piece of paper that you went to a retard college. I've been through a university too, so I rubbed shoulders with educated people, with PhD laureates, whatever, how you call them, doctorants. And disappointing, very disappointing, and not only disappointing, scary, because they think they know, but they don't. And they have the authority. That's the bigger problem. You put the crazies, and I'm not saying all of them are like that, no, but no, I was disappointed of the level of intelligence and knowledge of some of the professors I met in social science, and they had, they're very, important. They have authority. They're fantastic, respect in society. I'm a professor. Open your mouth so I know who the fuck you are. As show me your friends again, so I know who you are. Thank you very much for being with me again today. Stay strong, stay smart, look for the truth, and be just.